Hey guys, Welsknight here, bringing you another brand new episode from StudTech. And in this episode, we're going to be working on the factory project a little more. Now, I did manage to make myself some reusable safari nets. Those things are expensive. Holy cow, 4 ender pearls and a gas tier for each one. But I did have enough ender pearls, and I did manage to get enough gas tiers to make all those. And I've got myself this handy safari net launcher as well. So, we're going to get ourselves a couple of cows. There's one. We'll see if we can find some more. I know there's a bunch of them around this area. But they're being all sneaky. I feel like a hunter. What's the, there's a Looney Tunes cartoon with Elmer Fudd, and he's hunting rabbits. Except I'm not hunting rabbits, I'm hunting cows. But either way, I know there are more cows around here than that. I've seen several of them just kind of chilling around the backyard of my house. Where they all went, though, I don't know. Pigs we don't need. Oh, is there one down here? Oh, there's one. Alright, so we've got 2 cows. I'd really like to get 4, just to make this whole process go a little bit smoother. Let's eat an apple. Oh, there's another one. Got him. And there's another one. Alright, so we've got 4 cows. One of them is kind of hurting, but that's okay. That's alright. We've got the 4 cows we needed. Okay. So, we're also going to need a breeder, which should be easy enough to make, but I need a couple of carrots. Luckily, there's a carrot farm over at the factory, so that won't be too big of a deal, because it needs golden carrots. Let's see, breeder. Oh, and I need purple dye. That I did not know. Okay, let's see if I've got any purple flowers hiding in any of these chests. Oh, that's where my backpack went. Oh, and there's 1 carrot. I might have enough carrots just kind of hanging out in these chests. I really need to organize these better. Holy cow, these are a disaster. Look at this, man. Oof. Oh, those look purple. Ha-ha. Purple dye. Okay, so we've got that. Is there one more carrot? One more. Just one. I just want 1 carrot. No. Okay, well. No, I guess we'll have to make it back at the other place. But that's okay. I've got the stuff I need to actually make it. Where is it? Rancher, compost, breeder, here we go. Okay, so we'll need a factory machine block, we'll need plastic sheets. I think we've got pretty much all of that. Hiding in various places. These chests are almost as disorganized as everything else. Oh, there's the factory machine blocks. Okay, let's put a bunch of this stuff away. This is all stuff that's going to be going with me to the factory, because it might as well end up there. And we can put that in there, and I suppose it's getting dark, so we should probably take a nap. Perry is also online at the moment, I believe, unless he just logged off. Nope, so he's probably working on his house or something. It's good to see him on the server more regularly than last season, I must say. These can probably come with 2. Now, I've done a little bit of disassembling over here. I had this tree farm over here, but I don't really need it anymore. I've got, a surprise at the factory, which makes this tree farm pretty much obsolete. And I'm going to apologize in advance, because it's probably something that I should have recorded, but I'll show you when we get there. Okay, is there anything else I'm going to need? We've got a breeder. I've got some sewers. Anything else? I think that should do it for now. Mob router, chunk loader, block smasher. Yeah, I think we're good for now. I can always come back if I need to. It's not that big of a deal. So let's head over to the factory, and I will meet you there in just a moment. Alright guys, I am back, and I did want to show this to you. This is the tree farm. This is the tree farm for the factory. Now, we did have a dark oak tree farm over on the far side of the factory, way over there. However, it was causing me some issues. Specifically, the trees would grow, and it would knock holes in my wall, and I got really tired of having to fix those holes. So I decided to move the tree farm out over here. Now, what that means is basically this. I've got one tree farm for each type of wood that can be harvested. So we've got we've got dark oak, regular oak, birch, spruce, and then way down here, jungle wood. And what happens is the wood gets harvested through this harvester. The sludge gets sent out in the pipe and over to our sludge boiler way over there and turned into blocks. And then these item ducts transport the saplings, the wood, and any other stuff like rubber or apples over here to these barrels. Now, these barrels hold all of it, except for the bottom row. These 5 right here are saplings, which then extract, these little servos right here, will then take any saplings that are deposited, like this one, for example, and they will extract them and send them right back to the planters over there to actually get harvested. So long story short, this is basically a fully automated tree farm. Completely and totally automated. There is nothing needed whatsoever. It's just a totally automated tree farm. The only thing that I'd have to do is go AFK and let this do its thing. Now we'll see, these spruce saplings are going to disappear here very quickly now that I've replaced that barrel. And I've had this thing up and running now for maybe a total of like 45 in-game minutes, maybe an hour, and I've already gotten 2 or 3 full barrels of spruce wood. I mean, we basically now have an infinite supply of wood on the server, more than we have any idea what to do with. So, we might see some of the other guys on the server, shall we say, borrowing some wood from me. But that's totally fine. It was meant to be a community resource, just to make things a little bit easier on everyone. I see you, Enderman. Come here, you. No, come back. I want your ender pearls. Oh. Anyway. So, the sludge boiler. I also added an additional sludge boiler because a single one was not enough to keep up with the load, and I'm probably going to put a third one in right there as well, just to be on the safe side. But you can see that's doing its job very well also. So we've got all these materials coming in, and these are basically from the sludge boiler, making use of all that sludge. Anyway, what I want to do in this episode is 2 things. I want to clean up this room a little bit, and I'd also like to add a cow farm to the factory here. So I think the cow farm, I think we'll put that over here, because animal farms are fun. So let's get a little bit. Whoa, that's poison. Oh, this is very bad. This is a very, very bad place to be right now. Oh, I might die. I might not. It's poison. Whew! Totally did not know that was down there. Well, that might change up my plans just a little bit. Let me go ahead and deal with that problem, guys, and I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, guys, I am back, and I've got a fairly nice little area cleared away here. I think this should be large enough. So, what we're going to do, I might bring this back a little bit farther. I haven't really decided yet, but I think what we've got should be big enough for the time being. So, there's 2 things that I really want to finish here. I want to finish this room, which will be very easy. I basically just need to wall it off and apply the factory block textures and stuff. So that one's going to be very, very straightforward and easy to do. And then, that's not what I want to do. There we go, dirt goes in there. And then I'd also like to get the cow farm going as well. So, let's see. One thing that we do need is we need to make our 2 golden carrots. So those are just carrots surrounded by gold nuggets. And that will allow us to make most of our harvester. Where did I put the other pieces of it? Are they in this backpack? No, not in that backpack. Did I put them in this backpack? No, there's nothing in that backpack. Red one. Haha. Okay. So, we've got that, we've got that, we've got that. We need plastic sheets, and we need a factory machine block. So this should make our breeder, which we will then use to breed cows once we actually get around to that point. Ooh, I should probably also grab some cobblestone so that I can make these lovely aligned stone bricks that we are using for pretty much the whole interior of the factory. The exterior I might do some other things with. Now, see, the thing is, there are basically 2 schools, if you will, of building. 2 main schools of building. All right. One of them is form and then function. And those are your guys like, frankly, like most of the guys on this server, like Scar, like BOO, like, you know, basically most of us on this server. Those are your form over function. Make it look good, and then worry about making it practical. That's one school of design. And then you've got, or at least when it comes to Minecraft, and then you've got your other group of people, which is function followed by form. And those are your people like Etho, for example, who build crazy contraptions and then worry about making it look good. Now, I would say that I personally fall into the first category, which is make it look good and then worry about making it work. However, I'm trying something a little bit different for this project. My plan is to make the factory, get it all up and running the way that I want it to, and then afterwards I'm going to build a larger structure all around it, which will basically encompass everything within the factory and make it look really good. And that's basically my plan for the factory in a nutshell. Now, we're covering up all of this because it doesn't need to be visible. We put the wall behind it, so that won't be visible. And up here, we're going to fill in these factory blocks as well. So if it weren't for the fact that I had just told you that there's stuff back there, you wouldn't even really know that there's a bunch of piping and technical mumbo-jumbo that's back there doing things. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted this to just be basically a little area where you can come in, grab whatever supplies you need, and then leave. That's what I wanted, and that is what we have here. So, let's also take out a little bit of this stuff. I'm not going to take it all out. We'll just maybe go to like here or so. We can fill these in with the factory machine blocks as well. And there we go. This room is basically done. We might put some windows up or something like that later on, but for the most part it's completed. Now it's time to head on to the ranch, and this one's going to be a little bit trickier because we're going to need a few different things. Let's see, we've got power that runs back here. I suppose I can get more cables if I need to. What's through this wall? Let's see. Okay, that's one of our farms. So maybe... Okay, we've got this kind of over here. This is going to be a little pathway that comes out. I suppose we could curve it right here. And curve it around like this. And then over and through this way. And the farm could go right up in here, maybe. So the cattle farm would be like over here. That might work. That might work nicely, actually. I kind of like that idea. If we get rid of this stuff. Let me fill some of this in and kind of see what I want to do, and I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. Alright, guys, I am back, and this is what we've got. We've got this hallway that comes over here. This, I think, I'm going to turn into another planter of some sort once it's all said and done. I mean, it's basically completely ready to go. It just needs something to go in there. But anyway, you come through this hallway, and right here is where we will put the cow farm. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and wall it off. And I'm actually running out of cobblestone. Never thought I'd see that day. But we can worry about, you know, finishing up, raising up the walls and stuff like that. We can worry about that later. I'm not too worried about that just for the moment. It's not that big of a concern. Let's go ahead and go back into our chisel. And let's make a few of these yellow ones, I think. We'll put one there, and then I think we're actually going to put these all the way around the edge, because cows don't actually need grass to grow, so it won't make any difference whatsoever what we actually put in the middle of this. It will, however, make a difference if the cows can get out, so we need to make sure that that can't happen. So, let's see. The best way to do that would probably be to just take this down another level or two. Is kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe down to right about here. Then that's 2. That means that the cows can't just jump out. And then we'd replace the floor in here as well. I think that'll do the trick, won't it? Yeah, I think so. Just clear all of this away. And then what we'll do is underneath these yellow caution blocks, we'll put more yellow caution blocks. And I think that will not only look nice, but I think it will get the job done as well. As far as just making sure that the cows cannot actually escape once they're in here. Because this is going to be our cow breeding area. That's the plan. So let's fill in these walls here. Now, you know, I just realized that I've made a fatal mistake, and that's that I can't actually get out here myself right now. I mean, I can by using, you know, like dirt blocks or something to jump out. But other than that, I've kind of managed to trap myself as well. Which probably wasn't the brightest decision on my part. Oh well. These things happen. Let's just clear all of this out. And that looks pretty good. So now what we can do is I can probably put some of this stuff away like that. And those. We'll pick up these blocks here. And I'm just going to make myself a little, just a little staircase, a little dirt staircase to get out of here. So I can go get some more materials to finish this up. And I'll be back with you in just a moment. Alright guys, I'm back. And now we've got everything we need here to finish up this room. At least the part where the cows are going to go. So let's turn some of these factory blocks into a different texture. Maybe this worn metal. I think that'll actually look pretty good for what we're going to do in here. And this will also look very, very mechanical, which is something that I want. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. That's okay. That's something that I wanted to pursue here, was a very mechanical and kind of, you know, industrial feeling. So the cows will all be trapped in this area. Now, I do have a few sewers in here, so we'll put one right there. That's also going to need an upgrade. We need an upgrade. Let's see. By default, it would be 3. No, by default, it's just on top of it. So we need a radius increase of 3. Do I not have an iron one? I thought I had an iron one on me. I guess not. Okay, well, we'll just put the copper one in there for now. That's not a big deal. There we go. And then comes the tricky bit. Then what we need to do is we need to figure out how to get power to this thing. Now, we have power lines that run out back there, but that's not going to be enough. We also need the harvester to be doing its thing as well. So let me do a little bit of planning here, guys, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Hey guys, I am back, and I just want to check in and just show you this. Look at this. This thing has already filled up another spruce wood barrel. Another one. Already. That's insane. It's so fast. I love it. We are never going to be running out of wood on this server ever again. Whew. That was definitely a worthwhile project. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, I am back, and I think I have a solution. I think I figured out how I'm going to get power over there. Right up here is the carrot farm. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of steal some power from over there. And we should be able to basically just take it all the way to over here. And I think the planter, or not the planter, the, whatchamacallit, the breeder. The breeder, I think, is going to sit right here. So that should work out. Let's see. Not in that backpack. This one right here. So we need the breeder. There it is. And that would go right here. Now we need to grab our crescent hammer so we can turn it around and make sure it's facing the right direction. Okay. And that looks pretty good. Now, next thing, we want a block on top of it, because all this thing needs to do is breed. All this thing needs to do is breed cows. That's literally it. So, let's put a dirt block here, I guess, which will break then right away. And we can put one of those there. Fill some of these in. Trying to cover up my tracks as best I can. There we go. So we see that doing its thing down there. Okay. So now all we need, I think all we need to do is grab some wheat. Let's just grab a few stacks. And some of this other stuff I can just kind of put away for now. And we should be able to put the wheat in the breeder. Like so. Oh, not that button. Should be able to put the wheat in the breeder like that. Come on up here. We'll break that block behind us. Grab our safari net. Aha, safari net. Grab our cows, and in theory, these should start breeding. Yeah, look at that. Look at them breed. Beautiful. It's working. It is working as intended. That is fantastic. We need to break that so they can't get out. But this should automatically breed the cows now. Although I think I do... Oh, it doesn't have a radius increase. I thought it did. Okay. The other thing I want to check and see is I want to check on this sewer here. Okay, so that gathers mob essence and normal sewage. So we're going to have to do some things with that as well, but that's okay. We're going to save that, I think, for a later episode, because we are pretty much out of time for this one. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I really do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time. And then we could also put a piece of glowstone back there, which doesn't look too bad. Now, this room looks a lot more appealing already than it did. which is good, because before, it looked pretty darn unappealing, if I do say so.